What's up, guys, and welcome to the Tim Sports Talk. And today we're going to get into some trade rumors that the San Francisco 49ers are interested in Kirk Cousins. Now, this makes a ton of sense, okay? Mike Shanahan and Kyle Shanahan were the ones who drafted him here in Washington, all right? They were very high on Kirk Cousins. Mike Shanahan is still high on Kirk Cousins. He said after he left Washington's job that Kirk Cousins could win you a Super Bowl if you had the right team around him. Now, yeah, they drafted him in the 4th round, and they didn't even want RG3, all right? They were not a part of that trade. The front office at the time traded for RG3, but the very next pick after RG3 was Kirk Cousins. They didn't have a second after that. They didn't have a third. The 4th round pick, they came right back around and said, nope, we want Kirk Cousins. So this makes a ton of sense that Kyle Shanahan, now in San Francisco, with a great team set up to move into a Super Bowl contending position, that he would want to go get Kirk Cousins. Now, according to a Vikings insider, the Vikings are not really interested in trading Kirk unless a huge deal comes along. Is San Francisco really ready to make a huge deal to the Vikings for Kirk Cousins? When you look at his contract situation, this year he's a $31 million cap hit, which isn't a huge difference when you compare it to Jimmy, who's right now a $26 million cap hit. So it's only a $5 million cap hit difference. But next year, he is a $45 million cap hit, while Jimmy is $27 million. Is there an $18 million difference between Jimmy G and Kirk Cousins? If you look at Kirk Cousins this year, he did really well this year, okay? He had 4,200 yards, 35 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, which is awesome. But he also had one of the best running backs in the league, if not the best, in Dalvin Cook. Amazing running back. He also had Adam Thielen and Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson was a phenom this year as a rookie. Unbelievable player. And, of course, we all know what Adam Thielen is. So he had a really good squad around him, at least offensively. Their defense was struggling, which is why they ended up missing the playoffs. But offensively, they had a good squad over there. San Francisco, on the other hand, when they went last year, because Jimmy G got hurt this year, so we'll compare stats to the last year where they were 13-3. He had 3,900 yards, 27 touchdowns, and 13 interceptions, but he didn't quite have as many weapons around him, right? He had George Kittle, which is fantastic. He did have a great run game because it's the Shanahan run game, but he had a young Deebo Samuel, an aging Emmanuel Sanders. Like, he didn't have as many weapons as Kirk Cousins, and at least not as talented weapons as Kirk Cousins has now. I am sitting here thinking, if I'm San Francisco, what am I looking to give up for Kirk Cousins? And to me, I'm looking here, I'm not looking for a big deal out of this, I feel like, because I'm willing to give you Jimmy G, a starting quarterback, who does have some injury problems, though, the 12th overall pick and maybe a 4th rounder, but that's probably with Kirk and just swapping 1st round picks, right? Because of that contract. I don't think I'm looking to do a Ram situation where I'm trading 2 firsts, a 3rd, and a quarterback for Matthew Stafford. Are they really looking to trade? Because also, you have to trade them either a quarterback or a high round pick, being the Vikings, because who's going to be their quarterback next year if they trade Kirk Cousins? And right now, the Niners only have the 12th pick overall. So they would have to get lucky if Justin Fields falls to them or Trey Lance falls to them. Because, I mean, Cowboys might be interested in a quarterback. Of course, the top 3 teams, the Jets, Dolphins, and the, of course, the number 1 overall pick, Jacksonville, they're all into quarterbacks. Is Atlanta ready to move on from Matt Ryan? They're probably interested in that. Lions just got Jared Goff, so they're probably off the board. But Carolina is ahead of you still. Are they interested in a quarterback? So you would have to get something ready for the quarterback spot if you're the Vikings. And you have to be ready. Are you going to say, is that Jimmy G, who's $5 million less than Kirk Cousins? And I have to give, I don't know. It's very tough call because if I'm San Francisco, I might have to give up this year's first, Jimmy G, a second, and a late rounder. Like, how much better is Matt Stafford than Kirk Cousins? I think he's better, but how much better? But then you have the contract situation, which that makes Kirk Cousins even look worse. And if I'm the Vikings, am I really wanting to move to freaking Jimmy G? I'm not really looking to move to Jimmy G because he's injury prone. He's not even that good anyway. I mean, he won a playoff game throwing it 8 times. I don't think this trade's going to get done. I really don't. It doesn't make sense for both teams of what they would have to give up to move forward, right? Because this year, Vikings are in a freaking contract, they're in the hole here, $12 million. But San Francisco is only like just above zero. I think they have like $9 million. If I look for San Francisco real quick, according to Over the Cap, yeah, they're only at 9.5. So you lose $5 million there just by trading your quarterback. And then if you try to build around him at all anymore in the offseason, I don't know. I don't know how these contracts are going to work. There's so many teams in the red going into this offseason. I don't know how they're going to all figure it out. But I don't think this trade gets done. It just doesn't make sense for the Vikings to move on from Kirk for Jimmy G and then not know what your quarterback situation is going to be of the future. It doesn't really, I don't like it. It doesn't make any sense to me. I just don't think that that's what they're going to do. It's not like the Lions who are ready to move on, and they're getting Jared Goff. Jared Goff, I think, is better than Jimmy Garoppolo, and their contracts are somewhat similar. I think Goff is probably a little bit more expensive. I think it's somewhere in like the mid-30s, like $33 million. So he's probably like $7 million more. But yeah, this doesn't seem like this is going to be getting done. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. And also, there's a Discord link in the description. Hop in our Discord, talk some football with us. And there is donation links in the description. If you feel so kind, you could donate. And I stream all the time. Come over to the channel, hang out, talk some football with me. I play some COD as well, hanging out, just talking with you guys. Come over, join the club, join the team, and hop in the Discord. But until next time, see ya!